a new comp.
And to hear people enjoy that,
and then a new comp, make it
it does mean a hell of a lot to me.
1024 by 1024.
Probably, but then little does he know it's
Okay.
part of the bigger picture, right?
And I do it 2700 because that's at 30 frames. That's the length of an Instagram reel.
In the background.
So I've been
Like
doing
the
that.
person that you meet.
Okay, so then I'm gonna make
Well, meeting people
a
in real life, you just
solid.
that in your head.
No, I normally get my phone out and start playing it out loud.
I'll make it red. And then this is going to be 2048 by 2048. And this will be, that solid will be the photo that comes in from Midjourney. So then what you do is you go into where you pull down your push P for position. So it's just going to be 4 frames. Okay. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Alt bracket. So that's one frame. So then what you do is then you go into P and see it's, if you look, it's 512, 512. You do, I think it's 1024. Is that, and then 0? No, 1024, 1024 is the first one. So 1024, 1024. Hold on. Turn that off. So now if you look at it, see it's the top hand corner. And then we make a keyframe there. And then we go to the next one. And then we move this one to 0. Okay, and that's that one. We go to the next one. And then we change that one back to 1024 and then the other one to 0. And then we go here and it's 0, 0, I think. Yes. So now we have, you have those 4. Okay. Easy peasy. And then all you would have to do is let's say I have, okay, I want to take this and I want to duplicate it 4 times or whatever, and then do keyframe assistant, sequence the layers, and then you sequence, just sequence them. So it sequences those. And if you want to know, if you don't know this already, you do these, and then if you duplicate them, it duplicates from that, and then do Alt bracket. Oh no, wait. Shift Alt. No. Shift. Yeah. No, Control. Let's stop it. If you do Control and then Start bracket, open, or you go like that, and then it moves them all down. And then you just drag them to there. Okay. And then you bring in your images. So let's say I have all these images here that I did. And I'll just bring in, how many do I have? 12. So I'll just bring in 12. So I'll grab these 12 and then select them. Don't do the import, the sequence, because they're all named. If you select them, then they're going to come in as individuals, what you wanted to do. Okay, so the first one, I hit 1. And I do Control, Alt, question mark, slash. And then see, it puts it there. And then if you cycle through it, see? So it makes all the images, it puts them all. See, now these aren't very much unique, are looking a lot alike. So you can run through quickly now and then do, like that was 1. Now I do 2. Okay. Actually, let's take the first one out because the first one, the rest of them all kind of look the same. See, they were more consistent, but this first one, it bounces around and it kind of messes up the thing. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to take these, move them in. Okay, what you need to do now is you need to take the first one, which is 2, duplicate it, which is Control D, and then drag it to the bottom, and then put it over here. And I'll show you why you got to do that. So what we've done is we have these now. They're really tiny and they're in a big 2700 comp, okay? So what you do is that, okay, so we got to count. So we look, that's 0, and then you want to go, to that frame. Okay. And that frame is 44. And the reason you want that is because it's the same as the first frame. So what you've done is you made a loop. And the way that this thing morphs the images into other ones, it'll make a proper loop if you loop your starter. And these things can be as long as you want or short as you want. The guy screaming didn't look good with this morphing stuff, so that's just image after image right on top of each other. But with the morphing stuff, this stuff kind of looked nice. So I did that. So now I select all of them, and then I do Control Shift C, which is pre-compose, and I want to do the move all the attributes into the bottom. I'm going to give you this file so you'll know. And so now I have it there. 44. What did I say? 44 if I open it? The 44 was what I wanted. Okay, so 44. All right, so now what I do is I go into here and I, cat blocks, is I apply this filter, which is called Timewarp, which can be found in Timewarp. And it's got all these settings. They all are a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but what it does is pixel motion, which is the morphing. It figures out what an image is and what. You have two different things to do. You speed or frame source, which you want. All this stuff, tuning, I've never messed with it because it takes so long for the computer to kind of figure it out. Not that long, but it does take a bit of time that you just don't have the time, and it looks good for what, But I keep wanting to go, and nobody on the internet has done it. You can make mats. There's good stuff here. You can mat a layer, which I would imagine means that it will morph everything but one thing. So you could, it's probably not a bad idea. I need to look into that. Anyway, but all you really need to do is the pixel motion, and then you have your source frame, and we're at 0. So now you hit a key on 0. Okay, and if we go down here and hit U, we see our source frame. All right, and then we go, you don't have to go to 44, but I'm going to go to 44. We go to 44, and then you type in 44, and it will put 44 at 44, okay? So what you're seeing when I run through it is everything's fine. Now when I move this, see what it's doing? See, it's pulling, so it's morphing in between each image. And if it's more subtle, let me get this bigger. The more subtle the motion is, sometimes you get it to where they will actually move into that person. See, like that guy in the front moving, or the lady, But what I ended up doing is I did this, but then I made this whole sequence. And you could drag the keyframe out as long as you want, and it will, see, look, it slowly morphs into and you could do it. You could theoretically do it. The longer you do it, you can like for a sunset, it's good for doing like a sunset where you don't have enough, it's kind of choppy. you know, or if it's, you know, that if you wanted to extend it out longer without it kind of being like that, you know, if everything's moving ever so slowly, like it would on a time lapse of like a the earth moving or the sky, the clouds going across the sky, this is perfect for that. It'll just blend it out. It'll make it look like, you know, just as long as nothing, like if you look at this and the reason it looks a bit shit is because it's not that smart, but it is pretty smart. It's looking for places to find a similar person, and it's kind of fails. I think eventually AI will make this brilliant, you know. But what I ended up doing is I cut it in half and made it to where the top half, I slowed that down. So I took the whole thing and then made it and then matted, like duplicated and matted one, reversed the matte, and then made it, you know, just to kind of the variable of, because the nice thing that I found with looping, like doing the loops, like the last one I did is from this image, is you hide the loop best by making a lot of variance. Like if everything's on 4s, then you just see the loop. But if one's on 4s and then one's on 2s and then one's on 16s and then one's like on 3rds, you know, it's like that. It's like that. It creates more of a chaotic kind of situation that you know. But you'll probably not be using it for that. But yeah, so that's all you got to do. So the thing is that what you do then, the more images you have, will this last keyframe. So like it's 44 now, but say if I have 100 images and I just change that keyframe to, you know, and you can timer, you can make these to where it goes out fast and it goes slow. You can do all that stuff that you could do, you know, like the keyframe assistant, the easy ease, easy in, easy out, so on and so forth, you know, and you could bring open this window, you know, and then, you know, and do that kind of stuff with it. So, I mean, the sky's the limit, you know, for stuff you want to do with this and whatever. So, yeah, I hope you like that. Please like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you later.